So welcome to another episode of Mini Tips. If you haven't caught on yet, and I haven't helped because I could probably take a little picture from outside the car I'm driving, but I'm driving a Mini Cooper. And so the idea is to make these short, fast little concepts that we talk about. So today's topic is programming, about having to get everything right. I don't know that I ever have any titles for any of these things. Rather ethereal crap. But talking to another client this morning, and he was looking at his profile scores, and we use a 0 to 10 scale on everything that we do profile-wise, these psychometric profiles, and he looks at it and says, wow, I wish I had a 10. And it's the natural inclination that I think most people have. They look at the score on a 0 to 10 scale and they go, I should have a 10. Here's the issue. The problem with that is we're programmed for the first 18 to maybe 21 years of our lives, if you go to college and even more, that you got to be great at everything. We're programmed that we should always get the best grade in everything. School doesn't say take some subjects and ignore others in most cases, at least the first 18, 17 years in high school, in the U.S. at least. You have to take science, you have to take social studies, you have to take math, and, English, all these different things. A well-rounded education, and you want to get an A in everything, which means you have to be the best at everything. That's the perception, okay? And because the best students have the 4.0s, they got the A, the 0 to 10 scale, they got the 10 and everything. And then those best students get into the best universities and colleges, the Ivy Leagues. The average GPA for the incoming freshman class at Columbia is like 3.9 or 4.0 or something, typical Ivy, Harvard, Yale. So the best are the best in everything. That's the perception. If you're going to be the best, you got to be the best in everything. No school out there that I know of says at that level, the first 21 years of your life says, hey, you know what? You don't have to be the best in everything. It's okay if you don't ever do anything to do with this entire field and you suck at it. No problem. Just hyper-specialize in this area. That perception carries over into business. The best leaders are the most well-rounded leaders. That's what they tell us. You should be able to do everything. The best sales manager was the best sales representative. The best CEO of the engineering company was one of the best engineers in the whole country. That perception is programmed into us for those first 18 to 21 years, but the problem is that perception's a misperception. It's a misnomer. It's wrong. It's just not the way reality works. You know it as well as I do, okay? You think of somebody who's a really successful person and tell me, are there things that they're good at and things that they suck at? The answer is yes, in my case, everybody I can think of. And that's what the study shows. Anecdotally, we know it's true, but empirically, the study shows as well. The very best performers are people that have great talents in certain areas and not in others. They don't have this programming that's still in their heads, that survived school, that said you must be the best at everything. They acknowledge that they're not going to be the best at everything. They acknowledge that they have certain talents, and they acknowledge that there's talents they don't possess. So instead of trying to fix themselves and say, how do I become the best at everything, they figure out, what am I the best at, and how do I get a job that only relies on that? That's the difference. I'll leave you with the idea behind Marshall Goldsmith's quote, one of the geniuses we studied in the book. Marshall wraps up the entire concept by saying, Jay, there's a lot of things I suck at. I just make sure I don't have to do them to be successful.